Welcome to Finance Revealed. Watch the complete video to discover new market secrets. Subscribe now.
So the 4-year cycle is that 1 year, and it's just horrific, right? And, you know, like the way I look at it, you know, I'm like, people thought, is it a 4-year cycle? Is it a lengthening cycle? But I'm like going, no. It's either a 4-year cycle because we're locked into the gravity of Bitcoin's miners in the halvening cycle. And then there's the macro cycle, which, you know, these are gravitational pulls, and it's going to we're going to go 4 years, or we're going to get pulled into the macro economics, which is roughly 10 years. And we're going to go binary to being correlated to any other world asset. It'll be like that. And so if we break this, and let's say it doesn't start caving in 2022 and it just falls back into another 4-year thing, but the demand and supply is sufficient for that escape velocity, and all of these complications and interactions of the new Bitcoin ecosystem. And, you know, really it was very simple before. It was just miners halve the amount of dumping onto the market, and that's the impulse. Now we've got volatility impacts, how much volume is traded. Those kind of impacts impact how much is selling on the market, because those infrastructure guys dump, right? Because they dump their collected Bitcoin revenues and fees into the market. ETFs are the same. They collect their thing, they dump their fees, they dump it on the market. So there's this very complex interaction now. And when I think of cycles, I think about the x-axis, the time component, which is 4 years. And I was interested to see if these super cycles, we skip a cycle and we come back. It's an 8-year bull run, and then we come back. And but I think what's happening is that we break the 4-year, and once we break it, it's essentially like this thing that's reached escape velocity, and we're no longer pulled into the 4-year mining cycle. And you can see it already. The price is doing this drunken wander of price discovery, and it's not these nice parabolics we saw before. And I think we just wander. We just keep wandering up and down as Bitcoin adopts and gets to saturation. Without these, 50% was the last pullback, which we just had. And that was the last one. That's a good kind of barometer of what we can expect in the future, and it'll get less and less and less. And then we have these correlations to macroeconomics. So that's it. That's the big revelation, is that it's the first solid bit of on-chain, data-driven suggestion that we've reached escape velocity. That's getting me pretty excited. And I'm going,
yeah.
Whoa. I looked at the options market, and I was seeing what these call options were, making a bet out into 2022 of what Bitcoin price will be. And I'm going, well, seems pretty undervalued based on these new models. And I'm going, yeah, the market's not pricing this in yet. I don't think they are. So
I don't think so.
Yeah. So I think it's a very interesting opportunity, because everyone's thinking one thing, and the latest stuff we can see in the data between the investors is that it's not going to repeat. And this cycle is not a 2013 double pump and a blow off top. This is completely different. This is the new 2020 onward cycle, which we've never seen before. And I mean, even in the start of this year, I see the structure is completely different from 2013. You can look at price and you go, oh yeah, it's going to be a 2013. But if you look on chain, it's completely different structure. Never seen it before. So yeah. And even at the start of the year, they were going, what do you think is going to happen at the top, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, I'll tell you when we get there. With third, fourth quarter, I'll have more information. And now it's starting to come in. And it's really interesting, It's wow, this is very promising. We're going to have another run, and forget December sell-off, which has happened every other top. Yeah. So, yeah, it's good news.
Well, like I said, I'm bullish as fuck, mate. I'm more bullish now than I think I have been at any point during this bull market. I've been accumulating Bitcoin again, and I don't like buying Bitcoin mid bull market. I don't, just in case I'm wrong. But I am accumulating again, yeah, I'm bullish. I'm getting into the mining, and I hold more Bitcoin now than at any other point during this bull market. And and I did sell off a little bit for my little venture into buying a few cars earlier this year. But yeah, no, I'm really bullish. So we'll see how it plays out, man.
Bitcoin wallet, Bitcoin owner, Bitcoin history, Bitcoin news today, Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin ATM, Bitcoin app, Bitcoin cash, Bitcoin forecast, Bitcoin latest news, Bitcoin miner, Bitcoin crash,